is a great way for someone to express their love for a pairing.
Oh no.
And boys' love in particular, I understand that it's really just picking at a very, very small subtext in the story and going off on these totally non-canon pairings, and that's fine. But sometimes a pairing is so out there, so not canon, and just so not happening because it's so crack, that it actually hurts my fangirl aura when I see it. Right? Kind of like, oh my god, how was I not a girl? Right? When you see that, you just want to run. But there's this other time when I was at Yaoi Con 2 years ago, and someone had these gorgeous, gorgeous pictures of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in the art show. Yeah, you guys might remember it. And now, at the time, I had never seen the new version of the movie, and the pictures were of the new version, Johnny Depp getting kind of R-rated scandalous with Charlie. Oh, yeah. Now, I hadn't seen the movie at the time, but my thoughts were consumed by those pictures for the entire time I was at the con. I kept going back to visit the pictures. I'm like, oh, hello there. Oh, still hyping. Okay, goes away. But, and even after the con, when I saw the DVD at the stores, I kept thinking, giving Charlie candy. Yeah. So, I finally got around to getting the DVD this year. And I watched it. I was all excited. Went home with the DVD, like, yay, Fangirl time, because I was going to spend all that time figuring out what subtext the artist must have been inspired by, and just enjoying the fangirling. And I put in the DVD, and I watched it, and then at the end, after the end credits roll, I had this feeling in my chest. I got up on my coffee table, and I said, where the fuck is my subtext? Charlie,
Looking hard enough.
Willy Wonka. No, but I was thinking, Willy Wonka barely looks at anybody else in the whole movie except himself. He kept flashing back about himself, barely looks at Charlie. I'm like, I remember the old version he looked at Charlie more. I could have done something with that one. Like, what's going on with this new version? It's taking 10 steps back. So I kind of lost consciousness. I think I blacked out, but I was still on my coffee table. And I woke up and thinking, I gotta watch this movie again. What happened? Did I lose my ability to fangirl? Do I not like boys who like other boys anymore? And how does it help standing on this coffee table? So I pop in the DVD again. I paused at some random scenes, trying to figure out where the subtext was from. Some wayward glance I didn't notice before. Maybe a hand going a little too low somewhere. No, there's none of that. And then I went through the menu, trying to see if there's some Easter egg that's all fangirly in the menu. No extra features that feature fangirls. So not there either. And I even tried to channel my own subtext by drawing fan art of them together. Just crap. And it didn't work. And it hurt because I had this high expectation of this from the art. And so you can see how in reverse it kind of hurts my fangirl aura, because I was wandering around in the days for weeks after until I found some good yaoi dojins to heal me. So the moral of the story is, if you could just please, if it's a really crack pairing, just put in like a little warning label, like, warning, crack pairing may cause anxiety attacks, loss of fangirl identity, and standing on coffee tables. At least then, that would save lives, because truth in fangirl-tizing works, people. Please advertise. Now, Artist Alley is another place where it can kind of be dangerous to expose little kids to yaoi. Hentai. Now, this year at FanmaCon, I had this Artist Alley table, and what I usually do is put my prints up in the front of the table so people can see it before they come to my table. And don't worry, they're all PG-13, because I'm not going to put someone having sex like right in front going, yay, yaoi girl! No. So, this one girl kind of walks up, looks at my table, and goes, look, Mommy, it's Roxas and Sora! Now, I knew exactly which picture she's talking about. It's this gorgeous piece that features Roxas and Sora, and it kind of embellishes their symbolic relationship where they're kind of like two sides of one dream. That was what the picture was called. It's supposed to be totally platonic. If you play the game, you know that pairing's not happening. Not in reality. I mean, yeah, you can fangirlize it any way you want, but in reality, no, it really can't happen. But if you haven't played the game, or if you just have a dirty mind, then yeah, it's two boys in a bed holding hands. supposed to be yaoi or shonen ai, so I didn't even think about it that way when she walked up and said that. Then her mom walks up, kind of looks at the picture and goes, yes, they're friends forever. Friends. Yeah, if they had lied detector hooked to her, none of us would have survived the explosion. So, now even the little girl who didn't think anything was wrong, now she's kind of looking at her mom like, what's wrong, Mommy? What's wrong with the picture? So now the mom's looking at me like, I got that like 1 pixel down, like, what's wrong with you? Fix it. It didn't look like she was mad, but you could tell her eyes were a little smaller. There's this evil glint aura coming out from her. And it was just such an absurd situation that the only thing I could say was, yes, they're friends forever. Awesome. Yeah, and then the mom led the daughter quickly away. It's like that scene back in 1997. So yeah, I think the little girl knows. Mm-hmm. She knows. Now, I used to be really shy about shopping for yaoi manga and just, yaoi stuff in general. Every trip to the anime store to buy yaoi stuff was like an installment of Metal Gear Solid. I would be like in my car, my binoculars. Okay, maybe not binoculars, but just studying kind of what the layout was, where the cashiers moved around, like when the girl one was coming out, when the guy one was going away. And that kind of took a while. And even if I successfully made it inside and felt that it was safe to purchase something, if I got a yaoi book of some sort, I would have to buy 2 normal ones to put around it. So that when I got up to the counter, maybe they won't notice that little totally, level C book in the middle. Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z. Let's see, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's just Dragon Ball Z. It just sounds good. Just scan it. Right? And then after a while, I decided that just took too long. It was too expensive because every time I wanted to buy yaoi, it was like $40. So I had to buy the sandwich pieces. And let's just face it, camouflage does not work at an anime store. No. It looks ridiculous in front of the Pokemon display, because then it just looks like Super Smash Brothers. Except not, because, I'm not as cool as Solid Snake, so it looks like a pathetic Chinese knockoff version. So, now I kind of shop more normally. Sometimes I'm still a little shy, but not as much as before. But sometimes I still encounter assholes who are cashiers. And not as often anymore, because now more fans are doing part-time jobs at bookstores, so please continue doing so I can sneakily buy my stuff. At one time, I was buying this one book, and I went to the counter, put it down, and the cashier kind of reaches for it, and it drops back, like the book was on fire. And then he looks at it again, looks at me, like I had just spontaneously combusted. I found out that the Street Fighter 2 method of shopping for yaoi works much better than the Metal Gear Solid method. That is, I give them the Hadouken of yaoi. Like, I overwhelmed them with the overness of yaoi. So I pretended he was the biggest fangirl ever. Oh my god, have you read this one? Yeah, it's a little slow in the beginning, because they're introducing the characters and setting up the story. But then by page 20, someone gets it up the ass. Not get me out of that store fast enough, and just so you know, I was sure he was over 18, so it wasn't even close. I wouldn't have said it if I thought he was a child. So he couldn't get me out of that store fast enough to scan, change, got me out of the store. Not, in other words, didn't even look at me. Although the funniest part of the story was that I wasn't even buying yaoi. No, I was just buying the Naruto the Official Handbook. Oh. Now, if you've seen that book, you know it's the cover with the misleadingly yaoi pose, right? Where Naruto's going like this, right? And then Kakashi's right behind him like this. Like, not even way, but like right behind, like something was happening there. So he thought it was yaoi, and I did not want to disappoint him. I'm sad to say they don't stock that book anymore. But I already have mine, so it's okay. More room for yaoi.